Hello, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ Live and the Friday Ebb. We've got 3 laps Hilly reverse like we do on the last Friday of every month. Everyone's favourite, the 2 kilometre race to the line today. Sprinter lap.
Last day of May, as it should be. There's always something really good about having the Hilly reverse, not only the last ride of the month, but on the last day of the month.
Okay, so I guess that was optimistic. I turned steering on, expecting that it would work, but it doesn't.
Now, Ben, what's it going, lads? Happy Friday.
Oh, I put the instead of that. Wait. The Kaya, that Kaya, yeah, that. See, this just did not spread enough. If it's not just a whole bunch of, like the other day I was watching a stream. Hey, Ben. I was watching a stream and I put in something about nerds gummy clusters. Bam! That was all the stream was about for like a good solid minute. It was absolutely amazing. Just so many comments on that. But not with Kaya the cat. Nobody knows I go meow. Ufa's gonna know about I go meow. Ben's gonna know too.
Kaya means shut up in Spanish, and that's all I know.
In Indonesian, that would be Chaya.
What's that?
In Indonesian, that would be Chaya.
Ah. Oh, did I already send it? To Ben? What is going on? No way I sent it to Ben. And oh, I did send it to Ben. Okay. Yes, I just sent it to Ben. All right. Back to what I was doing. I got confused there. Wow, I am fatigued today. Holy, this is bad. I
Fortunately,
sent it to
Ben.
and then proceeded to look for Ben when I shouldn't have been. I should have been looking for Ufa.
Fortunately, Ben, I'm fluent in autocorrect, so I can translate.
Yeah, it's funny because this I Go Meow song is definitely a cat in some sort of distress. It is a cat that is probably suffering from an ailment of some sort, which we found out is true. But once the song was made, it was like, oh wow, look at that. That works perfectly. You set that to a little Pasha bell, and bam. Ah, Cannon and Dumont, but that's the name of that I'm thinking. It's a little bit like that. Or is his name Paco Bell? Boom.
Are you okay, Rick?
That's an interesting question. I think my rib stopped clicking, meaning that it breaks again once every pedal stroke. I think that stopped now.
Oh, that means it's going to explode.
Oh yeah, it was counting down.
No, when things stop ticking, they go boom.
Yeah, my heart rate is a little bit down. That was like, no matter what I did, it was 170, so it sort of indicated that something was wrong.
Yeah, I've seen a few, Ben. I think my most embarrassing one was when I was leading the ODZ entry one week, and we were just over halfway through, and this guy called Dirk was leading. So was leaving, I should say, not leading, leaving. And I went to say bye, Dirk, and autocorrect changed it to Dork. So I said bye, Dork. Jamel.
Hey, hey.
Howdy. Howdy,
man.
partner.
What's going on, y'all?
Oh, feeling fatigued.
We're discussing who is going to race, but that question has been settled now.
Is he racing? Woo never races until he races. He always left his legs at work or something. And then magically they appear when the go, go, go happens.
There we go. I've announced your impending arrival.
Oh,
Jamel.
Arrival. I see it. I was
Now you
saying
need to make
something.
They need to make a big arrival. Too bad, like, you can't. We should have, like, they should have on one of the levels, fireworks, like firework canister socks type of thing, where you can just launch fireworks and sparklers,
We can do confetti.
like a whole, like a ring walk type of thing, you know, an
No.
intro walk at a boxing match or something.
Here's confetti. Have confetti.
Oh, what? Oh, this is the. I don't know. I feel like this course favors Woo.
You just got to stay on his wheel for the start and then
Yeah.
zoom past. What time are you hoping to finish it?
Easy.
Sorry, you could go ahead.
The recipe is easy to make the sprint long, so Rich will sprint from the bridge, and then he wears out 250 meters from the line, and you do it yourself.
Oh yeah, do that thing again.
But Wu just asked me to stop him. I guess I didn't say yes.
What's
You got
what is your target time, Ben? Ben's doing the 30 miler
Oh, nice.
this weekend.
Man, events every weekend right now.
Yeah, right before it gets too hot and
Does it get too hot in the UK?
I don't know.
Maybe for a couple days.
You obviously haven't been to the UK.
No, I've never been.
I haven't, obviously.
I feel like with it being an island,
You're
That it's
correct in
always-
that it's not warm that often, but when it gets warm down in the valleys in the south, it's just unbearable.
not too much different from Maine. There's something about 95 degrees in Maine compared to Florida that it just hits harder in Maine for whatever
It's
reason.
like- down in London, I had like in the hundreds, and there's no wind, and it's 200% humidity, and it's far from the sea. There's no relief.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, because that's what I mean. Around here, it can be like, 90s in Bangor, but then you go down to the coast and you got that ocean breeze, and all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
temperature easily drops 10 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Even if
it
you just
does.
go to a
on the
lake.
shore. Yeah. Shore's always colder.
I mean, just the thought of being close to a body of water makes it more bearable.
Yeah. Just like there's times during the summer where we'll be here in town and like the family will talk about, well, let's go out to the lake and out to Brewer Lake and swim, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm probably down for that because I'm not like a big swimmer. I swim when I'm like, if it really works, if I'm on vacation or if it's super hot or whatever, but I'll just as happily sit it out without having to go through the whole drying off process and all that stuff. And I'll be like, yeah. And then we'll get there, and all of a sudden I'll be like, wow, it's not hot enough to swim. It's actually kind of nice out right now. I think I'll just stay right up here on the deck. You guys go swim. It'll be fun.
Probably because you have the knowledge of what your employer dumps in that lake. So
It's not that lake.
and and further to the point, it's completely harmless. It came from the ground, so
It is funny though that the cleanest lake in this area is the one that all of the business owners live on, including the one where I work at. And you can see right to the bottom in like 12 feet of water. It's insane. I think it's also spring fed. So that helps.
Bouncy.
The lake that we go to is not. It used to be nice back in the day. When I was younger, it was clean, but it's just right outside of the city. So I think it gets a lot of boats from other places in there. And gradually I've noticed that there's like more invasive plants there. The water's gotten murkier.
I can remember when we were in our early 20s, we actually went on a trip to Turkey, I think, with the radio equipment. And coming back, we visited a guy in Vienna. So it was a warm day. So he decided to take us to the main attraction of Vienna, which was a mud hole where everybody were in their bathing gear. And we were like, you're not gonna get into that, are you? But it shows you, I mean, you live in a different world when you're 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles from the sea. In Denmark, you can't get away from the sea. I mean, you can get 70 kilometers, so 45 miles from the sea in Denmark, but it's only one specific point.
Yeah. Yeah, where do I live?
In Maine?
I mean, I would consider myself pretty close to the ocean, but I bet I'm still a pretty good distance away. Like, well, I might be like 20 miles away from the tip of Penobscot Bay.
Hopscotch?
Yeah, 30 miles from Penobscot Bay. And I feel pretty close to the ocean.
But didn't you say that the river was sort of tidal? So as soon as it's salty, you can count it as ocean in my view.
Well, that's true, yeah. I wonder where it does start getting salty. Because it's not salty here, but it is tidal. And it's kind of interesting when a river is flowing south and then affected by the tide. And it's affected by the tide in Bangor. So whenever people do want to jump off bridges, they're not concerned about them jumping off the bridge. They're more concerned about them actually making it when they hit the water, because there's just, the water's churning. There's no way, even like being in a boat, it's a little sketchy, I guess, out there.
It's like the St. Lawrence in Canada and Quebec. That is really a spooky river. Flows in two directions.
And then right in Bangor, it's also where a pretty big stream connects into it, which doesn't affect it too much, but that is like right there in that center point. And for some reason, they built the marina right there. Which maybe that might be the best place because of that stream coming out. I don't know.
And you have the other option, like in Andalusia, where this was 2 months ago. You have rivers without water. So I think that drive 11 months a year, and then when the spring flood comes, there's water for a month, and then it's gone again.
So we've officially entered it. I was realizing it yesterday when I was talking to Yamal. we've entered the season where I no longer talk bad about Maine. We've entered the season where I have nothing but positive things to say about this place because the weather is beautiful, the state looks beautiful. This place shines in summer. So good.
Yeah, 22 days till the sun turns around and leaves you again.
Oh, thanks for that. I already naturally get that sinking feeling for some reason. 4th of July is the one where it hits. So all of a sudden I'm like, uh-oh.
It's on my
Summer's
list of
almost
things
over.
that you might as well know, so get used to it.
It also comes from when I was a kid. When I moved away, I would come back and visit some summers. And I started to learn over time that after the 4th of July, like that first week or two that I was here was the longest week of the summer. And then the 4th would come and all of a sudden it would be like, whoa, it's time to leave already? At the end of August. So I still remember that every 4th of July. I'm kind of like, uh-oh. Summer's starting to go away, even though it's not even close. Like, it still stays nice here until November. Usually my last ride is the first week of November because that's where the mornings start being in the 30s, but the days still get up into the 60s.
Finland had a weather warning coming out 2 days ago. They will have 5 days in a row where the temperature goes above 80 Fahrenheit. So this is a warning to the Finns to stay indoor because that's too warm for them.
That's a big deal. Yeah. Right now it looks like we have a week of 80s. It's gonna be nice. I think, hopefully,
Yes,
summer's picking in.
it's completely crap here. And luckily I've been away a lot.
Yeah, you've been in Denmark the whole time, right?
Well, I was only there for a few days, but Denmark has had very nice weather. So all of this month, they might have had 2 or 3 rainy days, and they happened this week actually, and last week. Otherwise, it's just been very nice. But down here, it's been, flood after flood from too much rain.
They do say around here though, when it starts getting into the 80s, like where it got into the high 80s, I think it hit 90 a week ago or two. They did talk about like it's gonna get hot and the humidity is gonna be going way up. And then the humidity, like I was waiting for the humidity to kick in, and then next thing I knew, like on the news one morning they were like, and the humidity will be moving out today. I was like, well, when did it show up? I didn't. Did it happen overnight? Did I miss it? But pretty much the humidity that they were concerned about was a comfortable humidity, to me at least.
Oh,
My
okay.
skin
Yeah,
didn't feel
okay.
dry. But I started out with Florida this year, so. And apparently got very adapted to it very quickly. But I also get cold when the air conditioner's on. And I'm not doing anything.
I can't believe that you wouldn't be doing anything. I'm sure you'd be complaining about the air conditioning being on.
Oh yeah, I have to just gotta stay warm. But then once we get into the summer, I don't think that they really talk about it as much because 80s become the norm here for a while. And then when it gets in the 90s, that's when they start talking about it.
Well, 90s are very rare here, but that's probably because of the North Sea. Yeah, just so Sunday is gonna be sunny here, but maximum temperature around 53 Fahrenheit. This is just ridiculous for June.
Ooh. What? And sunny? That's weird.
Yeah, but it's wind from the north, so
Yeah.
that always clears the sky, but it also makes it cold.
Yeah, that's like a almost wintry high pressure system. That's weird.
But it's, again, we also have the North Sea to the north of us, which is not
Yeah.
it's actually more to the west than north, and that hasn't had time to warm up yet. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause that's all done here. Like we get those up in through April and stuff, and sometimes beginning of May, where it'll be sunny and cooler. But then now the only time it gets cooler is if it's cloudy, which means that probably it's gonna be like 50s all night, and then 50s the next day. But yeah, we only have the land up there. A bunch of maple syrup and positive people.
it's the whole sanity belt of the American continent.
Well, look at that. Guess my power drop.
Man, I knew yesterday's workout was gonna do it. I knew it was a bad idea, but I still felt a little positive this morning that I was gonna do another one. But once I started doing it, I was like, I'm not even gonna do this one as well as I should. So I should definitely take it easy. I still have tons.
Are you
of
gonna
time.
switch over anytime soon?
To what?
All
outside?
right. Are you already in it?
Oh yeah, I've been in it.
Oh.
I was in it before you were in it.
Oh.
I started this ride.
Normally you're doing your other thing, so I didn't realize.
You can't question me, even though I haven't been
It's sort
showing
of
up
the
lately.
semi-official sweeper of this ride. So
I did sweep once.
yeah, sweeping yourself doesn't count, Rick.
Then I need to decide if I want to do a nice longer endurance ride outdoors tomorrow or take another workout off the checklist, or just do some zone 2 on Zwift.
Oh my.
Wow, I haven't had a rest up today. I should stretch. I am so tight right now.
Yeah. My calf is pissed.
Ooh, I'm feeling it in all of the hip
I don't
things.
know.
Abductors, inductors, outductors,
All
conductors, air
Your
ductors.
race is 3 weeks out, but you have time for nothing now besides painkillers.
Why am I so far back? This isn't good. All right.
So the sweeper.
Wow. My coffee stop really failed me on this one.
Okay, if this is how you're gonna ride the next lap, then it's gonna be uphill to win it.
Ooh, the coffee stop's still going.
After your race, I want you to be
Oh,
the
no,
best
God.
domestique ODZ's ever seen. Do we ever remember the dude in purple's name? Because I still can't remember his name.
Oh, shoot. It's gone again.
It's gone. It just keeps leaving my head.
And it's such an easy name to remember, too. Once I hear it, I'm like, yep, that's what it is. Wow, catching is tough right now. I'm not feeling strong. I don't usually catch and think, oh, I hope I show up soon. I just go with it. And I'm thinking, oh, I wish I would show up soon.
What? Google, you're failing, bro.
Billy Google.
Oh, here it is. Johnny Milan.
Milan, yes.
All right, so I'm going to be Johnny Milan. I may not get it right more times than not, but when I am getting it right, I need a domestique.
As far as I know,
Make me get a line.
they don't have mechanicals on Zwift. Unless if you have one on your bike.
But
And no
even with
cars to catch up
mechanical,
with.
Sometimes he doesn't follow lines well, and he'll get boxed in, and then he can't
Yeah.
win.
Oh, yeah. But yet still somehow ends up either making it for the win or just behind. It's amazing. I've never seen someone be boxed in continuously and still pull out a win like that. He's just got insane power. He's not so smart though.
Yeah.
He goes, do I sprint now? And then they're like over there, like, don't sprint. Hold. Then eventually like, do it. And then he's like, and then it's like that. We don't want to say Milan's not smart, but he might not be. He might just be a power machine.
Yeah, he's just a power machine, but not that great at riding or navigating.
Or planning.
He's just huge and powerful.
But when
I
it's
say
time to
huge
go.
at the same time.
When it's time to go, he gets those elbows out and just forces his way through.
Yeah. Yeah. And then did you see that clip of his teammate making fun of him?
No.
And the announcer's like, nobody's amused with him. And you see his teammate in the background going,
Nice.
I thought it was hilarious. And he's
That
but
guy
he's
is.
not
I mean,
going
he's just.
anywhere. Oh man, it was so funny.
I mean, he's got that sprint energy that I want to channel. Just that kind of like, just here we go. Here is all of it for you right now.
yeah.
And still keeps the bike on the ground. Like, I wonder how many times he had to like sprint in the beginning and just totally just fling his bike out from underneath himself before he was
Yeah.
like, and he got it down to not just send the bike flying. Because that's just insane power. They were like, just pick up the cadence.
You gotta look at that clip, man. It was so funny.
It's funny too, because the guy looks absolutely massive
He
on
is.
the bike in that
And
crowd.
the funniest thing about it
I
is
bet
the
he's
guy
like
that was next to him
165.
was like the smallest guy you've ever seen. He looked like he was like 5'5".
Oh yeah. One of the guys that it looks like the bike's too big for him.
Yeah. And then he's sitting
Like-
next to a guy who makes the bike look like it's a child's bike.
Like, what's his name with the South American guy? and he like always has a pot belly going on, and he's just a good climber. I can't even remember his name, but he's, you know, one of the veterans. He kind of looks like the guy that you would like pass on a flat and look over and be like, nice e-bike. But yet somehow he's really a professional rider with a pot belly and a bike that's oversized.
You've been drinking your share of the beer.
Yes, looks like it. See, it's been 2 months now, so I'm allowed to talk about people with pot bellies. Or maybe I was allowed to before because I kind of had one.
Well, those people are paying your salary, so show some respect.
Yeah, pretty soon they're not going to let me in the tap room anymore. They're going to be like, and it is funny because when I'm sitting out there, people are very concerned with when I'm going to start drinking again. They're always asking me, oh, so you're still not drinking? No. So is this just it, or like you're planning on picking it up after the race, or like, I don't know. Thinking that's it for drinks at work. Maybe I'll have one at a special occasion, you know, but not at work where I do it every day. And then they seem kind of congratulatory, but at the same time, just kind of like, eh. Which is funny because that's kind of fueling me, the fact that everybody wants me to drink again. It's triggered that part of my personality that makes me optional defined.
Then on the other hand, they think this guy gets up at 5 a.m., sits 2 hours on his trainer in his garage. Why would he be a normal drinker?
Exactly. And the thing is, my problem is, I do everything the same every morning. And that doesn't work if I decide to have a shift beer, because now I will do it the same every day I'm working. And then once you have a beer, it's easy to be like, well, I deserve another. And then, but I just become methodical at drinking beer.
That's where I was with the Guinness yesterday. I polished one Guinness up after the race before I'd even got my pizza out of the oven.
It's like, ooh, that's tasty. I actually should look into that, because that would be, I mean, beer is great for recovery, but I just feel like it doesn't need to have the alcohol in it.
Right.
I don't think the alcohol helping with recovery. Although I did see something about Pogačar. His agent was saying that Pogačar usually has a beer after each stage with dinner. And, you know, they were talking about how positive it is because it allows, you know, the recovery benefits of what's in the beer, but then the alcohol also helps with relaxation. Which, once again, would go back to what I'm saying, where there's no place for it at the end of my shift to have a beer. Maybe after a race, I could do that because I'm not racing 5 days a week. And then I would get recovery benefits, and I would not be around a bunch of people drinking beer, because it's easy to get into, okay, this is my last beer. Then all of a sudden someone shows up, they're like, you get a beer? What? No, I wasn't planning on getting a beer, but I guess I'll get a beer. Hey, Pookie.
Morning.
Pookie, good morning. We've missed your streams. I was looking for you yesterday, hoping to find you just before we raced.
Yeah, I've been checking it out. Yeah. I think there's a time and place. Like, I'll probably have a beer after my race, but that'll be it. But if I add it into work, it's just not going to work out. I did that for too long. And now look at it. My stomach's flat. Woo. Are you ready for the big ride this weekend? Or tomorrow? Tomorrow, actually, right? Yeah, under 24 hours. It'll be good. I think it'll be good because no matter what, I mean, like, you're going to have fun. I think because no matter what, that's why we do this, right? Is not just because of all the times that we enjoy being on the bike, but because of the long events like that, where you have all the ups and downs and the struggle, which then brings only the highest of highs.
My God, you should go into sports commentator business, Rick.
Hey,
most.
You catch me on the right day. You never know. I don't know if I could consistently do this. Positive messages for everybody. But I have my days. Yes, so many like-minded crazies out there. How's the atmosphere around the event? I'd imagine it's pretty cool.
All right, here we go. Leading
Yeah, I
up
resemble that remark. Hootie. A cyclist crazy.
to the party.
I don't love my bike. I'm just trying to kill it by riding it all day.
I don't know about the hat trick today, but
You're racing, aren't you, Rick?
I'm gonna try something. I don't know. I don't think I have a long push, but the Mel would be the better camera.
yeah, I don't know. The way my calves are feeling right now, I feel like I'm gonna catch a cramp in the middle of the sprint.
You're going for it, Ufa?
Well, I have this rig, but what I'll do is I'll hit it as hard as I can from the bridge to spice up things, because I think that is in our advantage. Keep it long. So that will I do.
Yeah, Hookie's saying you can feel the excitement in the air. I don't know whether it's excitement, Hookie, or apathy. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. He's talking about where he's at for the event, which for some reason I can't even think of the name of, and it's like the biggest gravel event in the country, if not the world. Yes, there we go. Unbound. All right. Yeah, Pookie will be killing it on Unbound tomorrow. What is it, like 13 hours or something you said? You're guessing?
I've done graveling. Too many broken ribs. One to be precise, but
You only have so many.
yes.
Well, why am I already sweating? I don't think my fans are pointed properly. No.
Hold on, already?
Yeah. Now I've got another song stuck in my head, Rick. No.
I'm ahead of it. That was not good placement there for me.
All right. Here we are with Yamal. And some power down to get near the front.
Who's hanging out in back? Watch out for the push through by Woo at the bottom of this hill. He's setting up.
Come to flat section now on the bridge here. A little bit more of a descent and then into the finishing flat. But decent blob here. Yamal's got him exactly where he wants them. Staying in the draft, just biding his time here. Draft boost being dropped already by Uther. Uther's leading out. Have a look, watch this pack split apart as Uther pulls the front. Yamal sitting in his wheel. Herrero trying to make some moves here. Here we come on the final few 100 meters. Yamal picking them off one at a time. Yamaguchi holding the line. Mr. England out the front. Wu as well. Wu takes the win. England. Woo. I didn't see who third was, but great finish, guys. Nice work. We'll
That
see
guy
what they
has so much power. He was
finishing.
hitting 50 watts a kilo there for a moment.
And why weren't you?
Complete ass. My legs are hurt.
There we go.
Yeah,
There's the results.
I feel like that's the way I'd want to do it with that long of riding. Don't have any expectations. Just go for it. Just go for it. Have the best time you can. Focus on finishing. And then you never know what'll happen. That's when I always impress myself.
Well, are you going to be live streaming any of it, Spooky? We'll finish this kilometre out.
There, that was good. I was surprised I still had power in there. I looked at it, I'm like, 12 watts a kilo, how am I doing that? My legs don't have that in them. Whew.
Well, we'll be seeing you soon.
It would be cool. Are you at least going to record and then maybe edit something together later? Or do you think the batteries would be too much of a pain?
Well, we'll keep an eye open. I think what would be really good is if you were able to stream the last 20 minutes or so. And we can all give you encouragement to get across that line.
Oh yeah, but Dutch rider, two Dutch riders actually announced, and Damien's been over there 2 weeks, so he takes it really serious. Training. And Greg van Avermaet arrived yesterday, so.
Yeah. What time of day or night do you think you'll be finishing? I'll be up for being on your stream if you are able to do that. No matter what time of day or night.
Nice.
I guess I'll go at 30k. Make it a round
Wow.
number.
Hey, that was one of those no expectation things. I went into that last sprint like no expectations. I'll push, but I don't think my legs are gonna last long. And then I overdid what I was expecting.
Well,
not
but we
expect to be on
need to
Louisville.
get the act a little bit better together. We should be able to take it.
Oh yeah,
Jamal.
yeah.
I don't have the
I-
recipe,
Gotcha.
but
I do feel like that lead out idea, especially on this course, is the best idea. Lead out right at the bottom of the hill.
I think maybe I should have done another 100 meters because it was a little bit like things wasn't getting going. But yeah,
Especially
afterwards you realize what you could have done.
Yeah. Especially with how how Yamel's so good at like maintaining a high power. He can like kick it into that next gear. And
Yeah.
he can still keep a wheel and then have a good punch going on.
But
I
the
don't do that as
the
well.
strange thing was also that Wu didn't really push it in the beginning, which he normally always does. So
Yeah.
that was a bit odd.
I was waiting.
He knew to stay behind me. That was a bit. So probably he's listening. I don't know.
Yeah, I was waiting because he seemed like he was setting up that way. He was like, he pushed hard and then he got up. Yamel and I were next to each other and he moved up on the back of us and then went no power. And I was like, oh, he's definitely staying behind, which then made me think, because then he started kind of like falling off the back. It made me think, okay, he's going to sprint at the bottom of this hill, get the lead out, and just try to maintain to the finish. But no, instead he did what I do, where he just conserved energy until that last corner. And I can't go watts to watts with him. His watts per kilo are insane. He was hitting 15 watts steadily for a little bit there.
Well, I wish you really well on your ride, Pookie. Have a great time. And
Yes.
we'll look forward to hearing all about it if we don't see you on a stream. But I really hope we do. So, other than that, have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And we'll be back on Monday. So until then, have a great weekend, everyone. Bye for now. Come on, Rick.
Bye-bye.
There you
Bye-bye.
go.
There it is.
Rick says good luck.